Hello, my name is Nathan McIntyre, and this is my level for Desk 4 for Full Sail. This is our presentation we created to help us kind of put together our thoughts as to what we were going to build. I didn't spend a ton of time on it. I just kind of explained a little bit about what was going on with the earthquake and we needed to find the survivors, describe the level a little bit, set up kind of a mood board so it shows like it's in the afternoon, and the objectives of finding the fire extinguisher, putting out fires so you can find people. This is the bubble diagram. It kind of shows the pathing. It also shows the two towers where you can find survivors and other pathing. This is a better top-down map, and this is more pathing. Like, tried to plan out where I was going to put things and show where I had survivors. I ended up moving a few of them, so it's easier for the player to be like, hey, maybe I should go in here and see this. This explains the tremors, uh, which I can showcase in here. So, as we play, everything's blocked off. Fire, you can't jump over it or anything, and you can see, like, hey, there's a survivor who needs help. Literally saying help. So I'm stuck in there. Towers are moving because the earthquake is happening. Almost the whole level moves. There's the fire extinguisher. I had the grass also moving, but it tanked the frame rate. So I disconnected most of it, so it's stay closer to 60 frames a second. As soon as you press E to pick it up, you can left mouse click and then start spraying fire to make it go away. You can press E to rescue, then he will track to the shelter that's over yonder. He will also keep tracking if he gets stuck. But as you find survivors, they will also path. I'll demonstrate one of the towers and then I'll show you some cutout. Here's one of the towers and he's up here asking for help. And then he got in the path. I can go in this fire engine and help another one. And it's coded to, if you go in and out, it'll display the message or take it away. These are not all the survivors. That was kind of funny. I don't even know what just happened right there. But after you go in here, it says survivor rescues. It'll tell you how many fires you put out. It's just some stat tracking for the game. It's short and sweet, but you can explore different routes. It's got both towers. Come out of this tower and jump. It's got some survivors hiding in these buildings. It's short and sweet. What I did with the earthquake, I built everything from the ground. Basically, this is something I'm going to use for. I was going to do something neat, but it's not necessary to loop all this. Basically, it starts, and I've got it on a short delay so you can see the earthquake a little more often than normal. But it plugs in a random number and then it chooses between 3 separate timelines as to how the earthquake's going to move. So this one and this one kind of spike in the same place a little bit, and this one is opposite, kind of create like a wave effect, but it's random as to which timeline it picks, and they don't move a whole lot. I didn't want it to seem too crazy or unrealistic. And the towers are hard coded to 2, so they don't click through each other because that'd been bad. It looked kind of ugly. But basically, what I did was I took this ground and spread it out and used the timelines to where I got the right movement I wanted. And then I just duplicated the ground into the grass, the house shelter, the roads, and the towers. And I just built these assets. They were just stuff to use for the block mesh, so I could get the gameplay down. And then the fire is basically the same. It just moves up and down is all it does until you hit it with the fire extinguisher. But when you shoot the fire extinguisher, it doesn't actually shoot a projectile. It shoots a box, because the box is easier to control than just a projectile, and I can hit stuff in a wide area almost like a fire extinguisher. And when this box overlaps with fire, it sets up the counter, which is in the game state blueprint, to count how many fires you put out, and then it'll destroy the fire and then have to delay so it doesn't bug out the box. And that's pretty much how all the gameplay works. The survivors are set up to... They're set up on an interface. Where's the bubble at? So the bubble, I'll show it to you. This bubble, the fire extinguisher has one too. But what happens is, as the player... I'll show this up right. As the player overlaps actor, it will check with a break. It'll stop if it finds one with an interface, and then you can press E to do things if you're overlapping with it. That's why those messages pop up. But after it interacts, it will move. I've got it set up as an area instead of a single point. That way they try not to. Sometimes they still will. I need to work on it, but they'll bump into each other and push each other out of the way and stuff. But it's supposed to be within a 200 area of these, so it gives them a little room to stand. But they will run straight to those coordinates. It loops to keep them running. That way, in case they run into fire, they will just stop and stand there. They'll, after 0.2 seconds, they'll try to find the path again and just keep running so it won't get stuck. That's basically the gist of the whole level. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I learned a little bit. It was basically just getting stuff implemented in a short amount of time. Thank you.